Hey, I'm Ursula and welcome to Urs Gets Fit. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you an update on my tummy tuck recovery and I'm going to cover weeks 5 and 6. So let's get into it. Alright, so there's one thing about week 5 that makes my tummy tuck experience very memorable, and it is the second time that my period came on. So the first time my period came on was the day immediately following surgery. Nothing out of the ordinary, it was just really inconvenient. The second time my period came on, I was in week 4 transitioning into week 5. I was at the height of my swelling in my abdominal area. And then because my period was coming on, I was really bloated internally. And then typically with my period, I will get constipated a couple of days before, then I'll have a bowel movement, and then my period comes on. It's like clockwork every single month. So this particular time, it was just like a perfect storm of everything. I had the swelling, I had the bloating, and I had the constipation. And so my body was just really tight around my midsection area, both internally and externally. And I don't know, I started to feel really bad, and I kept feeling bad, and I was like, I know that my period's about to come on. I've been constipated. I haven't had a bowel movement in a day or two. Let me go ahead and take some Mago 7. So I took the Mago 7, and I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in this. I took the Mago 7 to try to, break that constipation and to have this bowel movement. But the more that everything just kind of sat, the worse I started to feel. And I got to the point where it started to hurt to breathe. Like my rib cage area, like I had pain like all up in here, and just breathing in and breathing out, just everything felt like it was crushing my rib cage. That's how tight I was around my midsection. And I remember crawling into bed, and it was still daylight outside, and it's about 6:30ish. My husband was like, "Why are you in the bed so early?" And I was like, "It hurts to breathe, don't talk to me." And I'm like breathing in and breathing out, and I'm trying to like do it really slowly and not do it a whole lot because everything was so tight and it was crushing. Well, it took about 30 minutes for that Mago 7 to kick in, but before it did, man, was I in some real pain. But once that Mago 7 kicked in and I could kind of feel things moving down around in my body, then the pain around my rib cage area really subsided. And it was just a really weird feeling. Like I could just really feel it. Like as stuff started moving down on my insides, I could just really feel like the pain subsiding. But the 30 minutes, it was just like a crushing pain. Another thing that happened in week 5 was I was so over the wedge pillow set by this point. I was still sleeping in it in the bed. I was sleeping upright. I was trying my best to sleep in the beach chair position, but I was quite over that as well. I told you last time that I was moving the wedge underneath my knees back and forth, so that I only had one leg on the wedge at the time. Well, I decided somewhere between week 5 and 6, I was like, okay, I'm so done with this wedge pillow set. I actually took the wedge pillow set and moved it off of the bed. I was like, I'm done, no more. I was still sleeping with pillows, propped up on pillows on either side of me. I am a side sleeper, and I was still very afraid to sleep on my side. I still wanted to give that up until 6 weeks. I don't know why. I just felt like if I slept on my side at that time, it would mess up my results. Like that my abdomen would move or shift or something if I try to sleep on my side. So I still kind of tried my best to sleep on my back, but I propped myself up on either side with pillows, and I propped myself up more on one side than the other to give my body the effect of sleeping on my side, but not really. So I did that between weeks 5 and 6, and that was just the best feeling in the world to ditch that wedge pillow set. I was so happy to just finally be done with that. As much as I wanted to make it to 6 weeks, I was like, just no more. So a lot of things happen in week 6. So first of all, 6 weeks post-op, I was released back to exercise. I didn't have to go see my plastic surgeon again. He told me at my 4-week post-op appointment, you can start running again at week 6. I know he was tired of me asking that question. I'm pretty sure I asked him 1,000 times, when can I start running again? His answer was always the same. So at week 6, right on the dot, I went right back to exercising. My 6-week mark was actually on a Tuesday. That Monday, I actually walked. And I walked for 45 minutes and I just did a brisk walk. I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. I didn't want to come out the gate running, and I just kind of really wanted to get back into it. It really felt good to like break a sweat after 6 weeks of sitting on the couch. The next day I did the very same thing, just went on a very brisk 45-minute walk just to get my body moving again. I wanted to be sure that I was kind of easing back into it and not really rushing. The following day I ran a mile, and I decided to just start off with running a mile and just kind of see exactly how I felt. Now I will say that in running that mile, the one mistake that I made is I wore my faja. And the faja was already too big for me. It was holding me in really weird places. But I decided to run in it because I wanted the extra support. And so I ran this mile in this faja and I just itched. You know that itch that you feel like when you're exercising again for the first time and blood is flowing all through your body and you just kind of itch internally? That was the itch that I had, but it was coming from this faja. And so that was the mistake I made in starting off my run with wearing the faja. I ran for 1 mile, but it felt really good and I was really glad that I did it. Now what I will tell you though in that run is that my backside, my glute area felt so heavy. And I know it was because I was sitting on it for 6 weeks with no movement. And so I really did lose some muscle mass while just kind of sitting around and not being able to walk or to run. But my backside just felt so extremely heavy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I have to be sure that I get back into this rhythm and I get going again with strength training because I really did lose some muscle mass. So for the second run that week, I didn't wear the faja. I decided to wear my compression underwear. And what I found in wearing my compression underwear was that it held me so well that my lower back started to ache when I was running. And I didn't realize that that was actually what was causing it until a few runs in. So I think I probably wore those compression underwear for my first like 3 runs maybe, or the second, third, and fourth run. And I was like, something's wrong. Like my back shouldn't be hurting like this. And so I decided to take off the compression underwear and not wear any additional compression while I was running. The only compression that I got was from the tights, the compression tights, the running tights that I was actually wearing. And it felt so much better. Like I thought for some reason I needed that extra support, but I found that I really didn't. The compression from my tights was enough. And my back, immediately no backache. And so I know that that backache was coming from those compression underwear that I was wearing. Now I don't have the ache or the backache or anything wearing the compression underwear just like in regular everyday living. But exercising in them, doing that run in them, absolutely not. Now the day that I went on the 1 mile run, I also did some strength training right behind that. And again, I just kind of really wanted to get back into the rhythm of doing strength training. I didn't attempt any core exercises at all during that workout session. I did some other things, but again, I could really tell that I had lost some muscle mass, and I knew that I had to get back into my strength training really quickly to rebuild that muscle. So I mentioned that I switched from the faja to my compression underwear in week 6 for running. My plastic surgeon had actually told me at my 4-week post-op appointment that I was probably going to want to ditch the faja completely in week 6. I wanted to wear it a little longer, but it was way too big for me at this point. It was my original faja. It was holding me in the wrong areas of my body, and it was starting to make my back ache. And so I did. I ended up just stopped wearing the faja completely, and I just continued to wear compression underwear. I found some really great shapewear that I liked on Amazon. I ordered a couple of pair, fell in love with them, and ordered a few more. I will also post the link to those in the description as well if you're interested in checking them out. But they're great. They stay up, they don't roll down. They have two lines of what looks like what I call like, it looks like rubber around the perimeter of them, and it holds the compression underwear up, so you don't have to worry about them rolling down or anything like that. They are really firm and they really hold me. And I just really think that they're really comfortable. All right, so another thing that happened in week 6 was that I eventually just went to side sleeping. I told you I ditched the wedge pillow set the week before. I was propping myself up with pillows at night, trying to give my body the illusion of sleeping on my side, but not really. And I just slowly transitioned into sleeping on my side, sleeping with less pillows, and just like really just truly sleeping on my side. I was able to sleep on my side, and I've been sleeping on my side ever since. Another thing that happened in week 6 was that my swelling went down some more. Now, about every couple of weeks, I would wake up flatter than I had ever been before. And so week 6 was no different. I woke up, I was pretty flat. And I was like, oh man, you know, I'm looking really good, and I can't believe that I'm still getting flatter. I can't believe that the swelling, you know, I'm still swollen and the swelling is continuing to go down. Well, another thing that I found out in week 6 is that because all of the swelling is going down, now a lot of the pants that I'm wearing just don't fit me anymore. Like I'm wearing some pants that I had even bought, like post tummy tuck, the cargo pants that I bought from Old Navy, and they don't even fit anymore. I had some keys in my pocket, and they just like, everything was just like hanging in the front, like because I didn't have that abdomen anymore to kind of hold it up. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going shopping and I'm going to buy me some clothes that fit. So here's what happened when I went shopping. So as much as I don't need to go shopping right now, I am about to go into Potomac Mills and shop because all of my clothes are just like fitting really big right now. Like my pants, the pants I have on are medium pants from Old Navy, and they just like sag in the front. All of my pants like sag in the front, and I guess it's because it doesn't have that loose skin to hold it up anymore. And so I'm like, it's driving me crazy at this point. And so I am going into the mall, and my goal is to buy some cute dresses and some rompers and some pantsuits or something that actually fit. I am so tired of buying new clothes. Like, that sounds like a good problem to have. It's a bad problem to have when you're trying to save money. But here we go. I picked up a 4, a 6, a 8, and a 10. I should be able to wear one of those, right? Let's see. So this is a 4. It actually fits against my faja. I think that if, because my faja is my original faja and it's too big for me, but I like it, so I keep wearing the same one. But I think that if I actually didn't have on this faja, then the 4 would probably be too big. It just fits right up against that faja, and that faja is big on me. But that is insane. All right. I like this. Like that. You see that? That's how big my faja is. It's way too big. I need to either size down, or I need to stop wearing it. But I like that. It's a small. Now I'm trying to
debate if I should try on the extra small and play myself, or if I should just be happy in the small. It's the extra small. It fits. It fits. So we can roll with this one. I like this. I want to wear this out the store. I like that. All right.
It was really fun to go shopping and kind of see what size I was after the tummy tuck. I did lose a dress size, so I was a size 4 in a dress. As you can see, I was still wearing some size 6 dress pants, and I think that's mainly because my thighs didn't get any smaller, at least not at that point. My thighs were still pretty much the same size, and so I just didn't have the abdomen to hold those pants up, but my thighs were still holding me in some size 6s. But just to see that I could wear like mediums and smalls, and even that one set from Express, the black set that was an extra small, and I could get in it and it fit and it looked great. Oh my gosh, it was like the best feeling in the world. All right, so that's it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about my tummy tuck experience, recovery type questions. I've done 2 Q&A videos already. I will be more than happy to do another Q&A on tummy tuck. I just want to be able to share what I learned during this process with you, should it be something that you are interested in, or if you're going through the process yourself. Now, if you like this video, please take a moment and give it a thumbs up. It would help me so very much. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here as a part of our community so that I can make more great content like this just for you. All right, see you in the next video.